It's a protest, of course, planned around the country this weekend, prompting many state capitals to increase security between now and after the inauguration. Here to talk more about local and federal security is Tim McCarthy. Tim is currently the police chief of the Orland Park Police Department in Illinois, but is also a former Secret Service agent who protected President Ronald Reagan. Thanks for joining us. We certainly appreciate your time, sir.
You're welcome.
How much of what we're seeing now, the troops and the boarding of windows and all the preps in D.C. and around the country, how much of that do you think is because they really do fear something bad is going to happen in the next few days, and how much of it perhaps is overreaction to the riots on the 6th?
Well, there's been enough chatter on social media and other information that's come about that it would only be prudent to take those steps at this time. But let's keep in mind that it appears in most cases we're protecting property. It was different at the Capitol, and it was different at the riots that took place outside the country in many cases. But protecting property is a little bit different than protecting life also. But security, whether it's for people or a building, starts with hopefully 3 rings of security, and the plan should center around that. But it would be prudent to do that. But it would also be prudent to take those measures that people would not be in the building during those times. Occasionally, it might be necessary to do it, but the prudent measure would be for several days, maybe not to have people other than absolute staff that's essential be in the buildings.
And as a former Secret Service agent, you understand the idea better than many, many others of willing to give your life to protect someone else's. When you saw the mob storm into the Capitol and put hundreds of lives at risk, including all of Congress there for important constitutional business at the time, what was your gut reaction?
Well, it is a very difficult situation. Yes, lives were lost there, and that's a tragedy. And I've been in law enforcement for 48 years, hoping to protect life first and property second, because the goal of law enforcement is life, the sanctity of life. So it was obvious that they were quickly overwhelmed. It appears that their calls for help went unheeded, and it sounded as if there was a bit of politics connected to it. But our police were overwhelmed in almost every location where riots occurred, because it is really not, the role of protecting property is secondary. Certainly they have a role to protect the senators and representatives there, and I believe they had them in safe rooms, though I don't know that for sure. So does it get down to protecting property at some point? It's hard to say, because the chaos there certainly hasn't been sorted out yet, at least to my satisfaction, to determine who was at risk and when they were at risk. But again, law enforcement's been overwhelmed time and again. And in the case of the Capitol, it sounded like the chief of police did call for help, and that the sergeant at arms of the House and Senate were apparently reluctant to allow them to get the help that they asked for. It probably should have been there ahead of time, because there certainly was enough information to say that there was going to be a demonstration. But to give them some credit, they've handled not hundreds, but probably thousands of demonstrations and never had to face something like this before. So it's a dilemma, much like the mayors and others faced in cities around the country when they had riots that were somewhat similar.
And one final question here. You mentioned 40 years law enforcement experience. What is your gut telling you tonight about what we're in store for potentially over the next few days?
Well, it's always best to be prepared. And we often see things in law enforcement and social media that is only that, items on social media. But when you have them and you know it's there, then it's prudent to take the precautions to protect buildings and protect property. And again, it's a sanctity of life is what it's all about. Losing a building, though that's serious, that's secondary. But protecting property to protecting lives. Prudent measures should be taken. 3 rings of security should be the standard. And hopefully it's just social media, but it's best to be prepared.
All right, Chief, I misspoke a second ago. You're the retired police chief from Orland Park here in Illinois. I said currently by mistake, so I apologize for that. But I do appreciate you giving us a few minutes, fingers crossed, for safety for everybody over the next few days. Thanks for sharing your insight.
Let's hope so.
Thank you, sir.